Valley health experts are on high alert. They say the mosquitoes that carry the Zika virus are very common to the Rio Grande Valley. And it's not just Zika health officials are worried about. CBS 4's Nestor Mato tells us about a state task force aimed at keeping you safe. Nestor.
Well, Eddie, Texas Governor Greg Abbott's task force on infection disease preparedness and response was just sworn in today. One expert on the board is from right here in the valley, but it's not just Zika. It looks like the potentially deadly dengue fever is also making a move. There is a fear in the valley that the Zika virus and possibly even dengue fever have already crossed the border.
We're always worried because that mosquito, the Aedes aegypti, is so common to the Rio Grande.
Brownsville Health Director Arturo Rodriguez says he is working with UTRGV researchers and his counterparts in Mexico to make sure they are tracking the mosquitoes and the virus. The Zika virus, which can cause brain damage to unborn babies if the mother is infected, is not the only concern. The Tamaulipas Health Department has confirmed 11 cases of dengue fever in February alone. Dengue can cause fever, severe pain, and if left untreated, death.
We keep in constant communication and we have workshops to address situations like that when we hear that a case has occurred really close to home.
A 31-person state task force on infectious diseases, preparedness, and responses has been created by Governor Abbott. One of those experts, Dr. Christina Stillsmoking, is from the valley and was sworn in Tuesday.
If you go and look at a map on where the dengue fever and where the Zika is, it's coming from all over the place.
Stillsmoking, a bioterrorist expert, says with the mosquitoes already in the valley, her job is to make sure the virus doesn't follow.
We can prepare and respond to infectious diseases that might intrude into our state.
Brownsville health officials say the city is catching mosquitoes daily and sending them to Austin for testing. Here in Colonia Galaxia is where most of those mosquito trappings take place. Just last year, one came back positive for West Nile virus. The fear now is with the Rio Grande right at their backyard that dengue or Zika could be next.
The mosquitoes can be intolerable. They fill the area.
Jesus Cano has lived in the Calle Galaxia area for over 15 years. He says he is aware of the mosquitoes spreading illnesses just over the international gates.
In Matamoros, there is more risk, lots of animals, and no control.
Cano says so far he's happy to have seen less mosquitoes in the area where kids often play, thanks in part to cooler, milder weather for now. Well, health officials urge people who have mosquitoes near their areas to use insect repellent and stay indoors at dusk and dawn to keep themselves safe.
Now, there's so many people worried about this virus right now across the country and, of course, right here in the Rio Grande Valley. We know that it can be passed through sex, but has there anybody in the United States actually been bitten by a mosquito and then getting the virus that way?
Well, they've not been infected by a bite in the United States. They've traveled outside of the United States and then brought it back with them.